Once I started working at the cafe, every day felt new. At first, the machines felt unfamiliar and it wasn't easy to catch customers' orders quickly. But as the went by, things started to click. My hands got used to the rhythm, my movements became smoother. And I watched how customers spoke and how other staff handled the busy moments. And I could feel it, I was picking up the rhythm too. It seems that I'm becoming part of them. And one thing that was especially tricky at the beginning was how detailed the customers were with their orders. In Korea, even when it gets busy, drinks are pretty simple. A latte is just a latte, an Americano is just an Americano. You don't get too many extra requests. Workers who work in Korean cafe, they're gonna agree with that. But here, there are options for everything. Soy milk, almond milk, coconut, oat, full cream. Then there were syrup counts, half pumps, extra shots. And the funny thing is, regulars would order the exact same thing, almost every day at the same time. It was a lot to keep track of. And just when I was getting used to it, my boss Danny said, hey, do you want to go help out at our second cafe? There's a Korean manager there. So it might just help you adjust more easily. Meeting someone from my country in a foreign place, there's just something comforting about that. So I said, sure. The second cafe had a totally different vibe. While the first location felt modern and city-like, this one had warm wooden tones and felt like a local spot for people to relax. The staff came from all over, France, Fiji, Russia, and some Kiwis too. Someone as young as 16 or 18. It was chill, friendly, fun. We were joking around a lot and the Korean manager had such a great vibe. I could get along with her really well, even though I was there for a day. But then something bad happened. 2 weeks passed, no pay. 3 weeks, still nothing. Maybe it's just delayed because I'm new, but when I asked other staff, they already been paid on time. So I asked Danny, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'll send it today. But then the next day, tomorrow. And again, tomorrow. It just kept going. I had enough. On my day off, I called him. Danny, I'm heading to the cafe. Can you talk? He replied, I already left. Let's talk tomorrow. But when I arrived, he was inside. I was literally furious. I walked in and he looked quite shocked. This time, I wasn't gonna let it slide. I've mentioned the Korean embassy. And then he paid me. But you know, in situations like this, some people do try to get free labor out of us. And we have every right to speak up and stand our ground. Because honestly, anyone can end up in that kind of situation when living in a foreign country. I told him I wouldn't be coming back. I don't work with anyone who's not trustworthy. We can simply find other places to work, right? Later, the Korean manager from Second Cafe reached out. Why don't you just work here instead? We had talked about it before. I think she was quite satisfied with how I work. And she knew I enjoyed working there. But even if the atmosphere was better, but the Danny was still the one who paid. And he sometimes dropped by. And honestly, I just didn't want to get involved with him any further. So I said no. Looking back, I'm actually thankful for that experience. I tend to see the world in a positive way. And I believe that every experience, good or bad, is shaped by how we choose to accept it. You have 2 choices. 1, let it become a scar, a negative memory. Or 2, just smile a little and say, yeah, it was tough, but you know, I know better now. I won't at least make the same mistake again. And if something like this happens in the future, I will at least deal with that better than now. It's not about pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing how to grow from it. And honestly, I enjoy observing how I react during hard times. What I feel, how I think, and how I respond. It's like leveling up my character in a game. Does that sound weird? Either way, I never thought I would use the latte art I learned in Korea. And it turned out all those jobs I had before, they really did become my tools. Just in a different country, in a different way. So now I try to stay focused on whatever I do. Because I believe whatever you do, however small, if you give in your full effort, one day it will connect. And sure, not every experience is necessary. We don't have to chase things we don't care about. But the ones that speak to us, they shape our identity. If there's one thing I learned from that job, is that when you're in a foreign country, you gotta protect your rights. It's a very natural thing to do. Nobody else will do it for you. Eventually, I found another job. That one was amazing. That experience meant a lot to me. See you next time.